Okay, folks. Yesterday was a big fight. I wonder what people are going to react today.
But not in boxing. Boxing doesn't honor the things that should be honored. It honors money, control, power. And there's only certain power brokers in boxing, certain promoters, and they have the power. They have control who the judges agree, who the judges aren't going to be. So who the judges know if they want to work, who they have to vote for. And Las Vegas, where the money's going to come back there for a rematch, I mean, there's no other way to. How could I stand here all week and say that it's going to be a controversial outcome? Yeah. How do I know that?
I'll tell you how you know this. The link will be down below. Please, by all means, do watch these reaction videos regarding this fight. This is why I will say this in regards to the fight last night, or anyone's responding back. Please watch what I've been saying before. I'll say it again. Where can I begin with this? You know, everybody here seems to don't understand again about boxing. Boxing is not a sport. It's a business. I watch boxing. I'm a boxing fan. And I've been trying to tell people that boxing in this level of fight is business. It's just business. Now I know everybody, whoa. Look, how about this? Let's start with the fight first. Now, people can say, look at Canelo and he got, hold on just a second there. We have to understand something about Canelo Alvarez. People don't seem to realize this, but this is his second fight ever fighting in that weight class, 160. Second fight ever. According to projections, due to his inexperience in that weight class, people were already automatically pointing Gennady Golovkin, Triple G, to knock him out by the 10th round. And at some points of the fight, you thought about that. But at the same time, I have to say, though, Canelo did a pretty decently good job when competing against Gennady Golovkin. He took it to him. In fact, this was Gennady Golovkin's first fight that I've seen where the opposing fighter was aggressive and he kind of even backpedaled. I mean, kudos to Canelo to that. I mean, Canelo took him and he did knock out. He went all the 12 rounds, and I was pretty impressed by that. Actually, I was pretty impressed. I thought to myself, okay, well, this is his second fight ever at 160. He just needs to improve more on his, on not, losing or draining a lot of energy or stamina to be in these fights. But I thought he did a good job in my personal projection of what he wanted to do, because I thought he'd be knocked out by at least the 10th round. But no, he took it to him. And he took that fight to Triple G, and it was a good fight. It was a good fight. I was entertained. A lot of people were entertained. But was it worth for a draw? No. No, not at all. It's not a draw. I mean, it's not. Everybody knew Gennady Golovkin was the better fighter, the guy who was more engaged, and he should have won. And all these people that are going around saying, oh my God, how could this possibly be? I keep trying to tell y'all, boxing is a business, not a sport. And now everybody's going around saying, well, this is Canelo, and I'm looking at this. I'm thinking to myself, I'm so sorry. Is Canelo telling the judges what to say? Canelo is the fighter. Canelo is the one getting his ass whooped, or he doing the ass whooping in the ring. Do you think he has time to go over it? Psst, 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 psst. Hey, give me a good score. He's not doing that. He doesn't have that power. Now we gotta look at the man in the middle, and that is Oscar De La Hoya, which now everyone is trying. Oh, it's Golden Boy. It's Oscar De La Hoya. Fuck Oscar De La Hoya. No, this is the problem with some of these boxing fans, man. Is that the people that control the judges is the commission of Nevada or the boxing commission. Those are the people that control the judges. They tell them what to see and what to look for. That's them. Well, it's Oscar De La Hoya. No, Oscar De La Hoya is just a middleman. He's a middleman for big companies. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Oscar De La Hoya is a promoter, does not mean he's the guy in charge. He's just a promoter. That's what he does, promotes. Not producing, not selling, just promoting. That's what he's called, a promoter. He promotes the product. He doesn't make the product. He doesn't officially sell the product. He just promotes the product. He's just the middleman. And I keep trying to tell y'all, the problem in boxing is these big corporations going into boxing and meddling into boxing politics. It's these Mexican companies. It's HBO, it's Showtime, it's Hublots, it's all these German brewery companies, Mexican companies. I'm looking at you, Tecate, at this time. I'm looking at you. They're involved in all of this. This is why you got a lot of these beer companies sponsoring these fights, because they're the ones going to be drinking at the bar watching the match. It's not a coincidence. I keep trying to explain this to everybody, but no, not everybody. I see on these YouTube sectors of boxing, and well, the fight here, and or be careful in Texas, and be careful. It could be racist. Please stop saying all of this, man. Stop saying boxing's racist. Stop saying boxing is popular. Go up. The boxing is a business, man. What do you think? I mean, come on, man. Look at Pacquiao, his recent fight with the Australian guy. Come on, look at Ward versus Kovalev Part 1. Look at Mayweather fights. It's been like this. That's why I told y'all about boxing. It's a rigged sport. It's a business. That's what it really is. It's rigged. There's too much evidence of this. There's too many fights that are across the board where you can tell they're favoring people, and you know the guy didn't deserve to win. Everybody knows this, man. Everybody knows why they're doing this. It's because of money. They can make money off of this. This is why they need the draw. They need the draw because therefore there could be part 2 of this fight. Therefore, it'll be more money. Now, some are going to say, well, I'm not going to watch the second fight. No, you're going to watch it. Trust me, you're going to watch it. Because this fight was actually pretty good. If you're going to watch the first one, if you watch this first fight, you're going to watch the second fight. Definitely. That's why. Let me start by saying this, and this is why people don't seem to get this concept about the quote-unquote Mexican fighter or the so-called Hispanic fighter. Because I know how this works. Because I watch boxing fights predominantly in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. I go up and down these states to watch boxing events. I like boxing. I watch boxing. And I have a friend who's Puerto Rican, and even he knows this. He knows that if you are a Puerto Rican boxer in New York, New Jersey area, the judges will favor you because you're Puerto Rican. And you go to that event, it's mostly just Puerto Ricans. Who do you think they're going to favor? The Puerto Rican fighter. When you go to Orlando or South Florida, and it's a Cuban fighter fighting, who you think they are going to favor? The Cuban fighter. This is why Miguel Cotto has his big fights up in New York. Because he knows he gets a lot of favoritism in New York. Why? Because large abundance of Puerto Ricans. Now you see me following. Now you know why Canelo fights in California and Texas and Las Vegas. Because that's where areas which predominantly is Mexicans. Anyone in business knows you have to cater to your audience. Everybody knows in the boxing world, the largest fan base in the world is the Mexican fan base. And within that loyalty, everybody knows when it comes to loyalty, the biggest supporters of their countrymen in boxing is from Latin America. They know this. That's why you see loads of Hispanic, Latin American companies investing loads of money into boxing promotions. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, look at the logos. That's the people that are in charge. You don't think no Tecate CEO told those judges, hey man, you better score that thing and draw. I want part 2. We can make more money now. I know this. I know how boxing is. I told this to people. I watch boxing in Texas. I watch boxing up in the East Coast near New York area. I watched boxing when I was in Miami and Orlando. I know what I see. And I keep trying to tell us to a lot of people about boxing. Boxing literally is a dying sport, and the only people that are carrying this sport on the back right now are predominantly Latino, especially Mexican fans. Because they're the ones supporting them. Because trust me, if it was Gennady Golovkin versus some other fighter, you will not see that number of people in that building. Trust me on this. This is why they covet a lot of these Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, all these other fighters, and they put in certain locations because they'll draw the most fans. I know that this is why they go to Las Vegas, this is why they go to California, this is why they go to Texas, because that's where they can draw the most fans. And I would not be a bit surprised if these fighters said, we might fight in Dallas, Texas Stadium. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they were doing that. That wouldn't be a big surprise. You don't think I don't know this stuff? I mean, it's like Polish. I remember when I was in Chicago, and what a surprise! All the fighters that won were Polish. And when you look at the crowd, mostly Polish people. What do you expect? When you look at that crowd with Canelo versus Gennady Golovkin, you know most of those fans are Mexicans. Who do you think they're going to go for? Who do you think the judges are going to go for? Canelo. I mean, I don't know how to. I'm not saying every time that's the same situation. I understand that, but usually that's how it works. Hometown referees, hometown favoritism, national favoritism. You know, all this other stuff. This is why I keep trying to tell you all this. Boxing is just business, man. Trust me, if this fight was in Kazakhstan, they would not be doing this. If it was in Kazakhstan, I'll be literally 120, 110 scores. 118, 110 scores for all for if it was up for if he was in Kazakhstan. I mean, people just don't seem to understand this logic, man. This is why I keep trying to tell you guys, man. In order to stop all of this, man, we gotta get rid of these promotion companies. We gotta get rid of these businesses that are investing and mimicking and meddling in boxing politics. And if this is good, if this is a so-called favoritism, we gotta go overseas. We gotta ship this fight to Germany, where you can see both even parties, a neutral site. But they don't want to do that, so it is what it is.